Okay, I'm going to go over the solo variant with you guys today. And basically, I'm just going to do one player against one AI. But you can actually have multiple players against multiple AIs if you'd like. And I'll go over that at the end of the video and explain how that works. But first of all, you see here, I'm going to be playing the trial race. And we have our AI, which is the Azars. And basically, there's an AI on the back of every player board. For each alien race. So this is what the AI interface would look like. There's a lot of information there, but don't worry, it's not as complicated as it looks. And I will go over all that with you. We have the game set up as we normally would set up a multiplayer game. So everything is ready there. As you see, each planet has a commodity on it. And we went ahead and started the market levels up one level on the Ceti exchange for each one of those commodities, and everything is ready. So I will go ahead and begin to explain how the AI works. Okay, so the AI's interface here for the Azars, you'll notice that the energy track is missing. That's because we don't track energy for the AIs. And right here in the center is the action table. Basically, there's a lot of different, well, there's 3 different columns, and each column has 6 different rows. So basically what's going to happen is the AI is going to react to the actions you take during the action phase. And that's going to be based on your highest priority actions. So I'll show you that as we go through, but you'll see here our actions are broken up into 3 columns. There's a little black line dividing the columns there, 1, 2, and 3. So I'll show you how that works in a moment, but anyway, the AI is going to react to your highest priority actions. So one of these columns will be chosen, and you'll roll a die, and depending on the 1 through 6, that's the actions that the AI will take during that action phase. And then we have little tables over here on the right. You see skill sets, rewards, upgrade. We also have a shields chart right there, and we have a notes table. These are basically like flow charts, so they kind of guide you through the AI's actions and the decisions the AI takes in order to take those actions. Alright, so everything is set up, and we will go ahead and begin gameplay. Alright, so we begin the game with the Enlightenment phase, and we see here this is the Enlightenment bag, and since I'm playing the trial race, which is the silver, and I'm playing against the Azars, which is the blue, we have 5 cubes for each of those races. The other 2 races are not being played in the game right now, so they only have 2 cubes. So we'll go ahead and place those in the bag. Okay, I'm going to choose a color, and it is blue. Okay, so that is the Azars. So if a crisis occurs, the Azars, which are the AI in this game, will be affected. Alright, we see my hand here. I have 3 cards to start the game out. Each player starts out with 2 specialist cards and 1 crisis card. And normally we wouldn't lay the cards out like this, but I just want to show you for the purpose of this video. So I think I'm going to be a bad guy here. I'm going to play this cosmic crisis card, asteroid alert. So I'm going to put that in the active deck. Okay, I placed my card in the active deck, and now we look at the AI's hand. Well, actually, we don't look at the AI's hand. We shuffle it, which I have already done, and then we take the card from the top, just 1 card. You can't look at it. You just have to take a random card for the AI and place it in the active deck. Just 1 card for each Enlightenment phase. Alright, so we did that. Now I'm going to shuffle those cards and reveal them. Okay, so we have 2 chemical specialists, 2 chemists, and we have an atmospheric crisis and a cosmic crisis. Neither of those get prevented, and we see the highest number, that's a 1, and that is an 11, so the cosmic crisis becomes active. So I take a cosmic crisis token, and I look at the back, and it says technology. Technology is affected. We put that on the planet Atolus, which is the Azars, and we make sure we adjust that market level for technology, goes up 1 more level. Alright, so that was the Enlightenment phase for the solo variant game. Alright, so we start the first action phase. I'm going to take my actions. Normally we would take 1 action at a time in a multiplayer game. But when you're doing a solo game, you take all your actions at once, all 4 of your actions, and then the AI will take its actions. Unless you're playing a multiplayer game with AIs, which I will go over at the end of this video and explain how that works to you. So anyways, I'm going to take my first action. I am going to take a movement, and we see that costs 2 energy, so energy marker down. All right, and I will take a movement. I'm over here, and I see there's a sector right next door that has some exploration, which I would like to explore. So I'm going to move there, just move 1 sector. All right, I will take my next action and explore. That cost me 3 energy. It's definitely one of my weaknesses, is the Trilor race. Okay, so I'm going to explore one of these points here, and we have nuclear knowledge. Okay, so I will take a nuclear knowledge. Okay, and it says you have found an unknown structure on an asteroid which appears to be a secret active uranium processing facility. Use your diplomacy skills to relay your concerns to the TCA. All right, my diplomacy skills I do not have. See, I have technology and industry as my secondary skill, so my diplomacy skills are going to be 2. I roll 2 dice, and I get a 3 and a 6. That is success. A 6 is victory, so let's see what I get. I get 1 knowledge token, and I also got the 9 through 16. In the total there, we see 3 plus 6 is 9, so I also get that, which is plus 2 tau. Okay, so plus 2 tau, and I also get the knowledge token. Very good. Now I can place my claim token on this other space right there, which I will explore right now, since I can take all of my actions at once. It costs me 3 energy. Energy is getting low. All right, I'll go ahead and explore that. I probably didn't need to place my claim token there, since we're in the Scylla variant, but I did anyway. Okay, so we have atmospheric knowledge. I will select an atmospheric knowledge card. Okay, so it says I need to use my technology skills, which I have a 4 in. That's very good, so I get to roll 4 dice. And yes, I definitely got that. Success, and I also get the 9 through 16 for plus 1 energy or plus 2 tau. I'm going to take the energy in this case, because I'm low on energy, and I get that knowledge token. All right, and since that is a completely explored route, I get to take one of my cubes out of the bag and place it in the center there. Okay, so there it is. And I have 1 more action left, and I think I'm going to go ahead and build an orbital while I can. Just because I can, actually. So we're going to take my last action to build. All right, and I move my materials marker 1 space to the left, and I pay 2 times the number underneath that marker, which is 3 tau, so that would be 6 tau I pay for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Good, I still have 10 tau left. All right, and so I take one of my orbitals from my planet, I place it there, and I place my cube on my planet. And there we go, that's the build action. Okay, now it's time for the AI to take its actions, since I've taken all 4 of my actions. But first we're going to look at my columns here. We see I have 1 action marker in column 1, I have none in column 2, and I have 3 in column 3. All right, well, column 1 is always the highest priority, then 2, and then 3. So if there's any action markers at all in column 1, then that's automatically chosen as the highest priority, okay? So we're going to choose column 1 for AI, for the AI. All right, since that was my highest priority column. And we're going to roll 1 die. So let's see what we have as a result. 1, okay? So that means we choose row 1 in column 1. So we see that the AI takes 1 damage first. Now to apply damage to the AI, first of all we need to decide which system it's going to go in. So we need to roll another die. 1 through 6 will determine which of these systems the damage goes in. Okay, so 4, that will be propulsion. Okay, so we will take 1 damage marker and place it in the propulsion. All right, and we see an upgrade and a recruit. So we will do the upgrade first. And again, over here is a little note section for each one of these actions that the AI does. That kind of gives you a reminder of how to perform that action for the AI. So for upgrade, we see it says refer to upgrade chart and roll 1 die for result. Move materials, marker to right, then pay cost. All right, so let's look at the upgrade chart. Roll one die for the result. Okay, so let's roll one dice. One die. Alright, so we have 1. So we see there 1 refers to weapons. So the AI will take a weapons upgrade, and basically it chooses the next highest upgrade available. So we see here the AI has a 2, so it's going to go ahead and choose a 3 for weapons. Alright, so I have a 3. The dark laser. Alright, so now we need to pay the cost. So move the materials marker 1 to the right and pay cost. Okay, so we see there it's 2 below the materials marker, and it's going to be times the associated resource, which is military. Okay, so 2 times military on the Tau Ceti exchange. Military is at level 1, so the AI lucked out on that one. So the AI will pay 2 Tau for that upgrade. So 1, 2. Alright, that was pretty good. And then we have one more action left for the AI, which was recruit. And basically, the AI gets 2 specialists and 1 crisis when recruiting. And that is actually illustrated right there as well, so just in case you forget. All right. And then, of course, we need to pay the cost for the recruit, which is going to be 2 Tau, the number right below the materials marker. Okay, so 2 Tau for that recruit action. And let's look at the hand here of the AI. Anytime you take a recruit action, you want to check to see if the AI can resolve a crisis. Okay, so we know we have a cosmic crisis out there, and we see it has no cosmic specialists, and obviously no knowledge tokens either, so it can't resolve a crisis right now. But that's something you need to check for every time you do a recruit action, and also every time the AI earns a knowledge token. You want to check for that, and you also want to check and make sure that the AI could trade if possible. Like if it has 2 knowledge tokens and it could trade those 2 for maybe the type that it needs to resolve a crisis, then you need to perform that trade for the AI. Okay, so in this case, it cannot resolve a crisis, so that was the action phase for me and the AI. Okay, so now we're in the second enlightenment phase, and I went ahead and moved the Cetian cycle marker up to round 2, and I started the active deck, and I selected the cube out of the bag, which was purple, the Zirconian race. So now I'm going to go ahead and place a card in the deck. Well, I am low on energy, and we remember we get 2 energy for each card we play during the enlightenment phase. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to play 1 card because I may want to hold on to 1 and see if I can resolve a crisis. Alright, so I'm going to play this card right here. Put that in the active deck, and I went ahead and shuffled the deck for the AI's hand, and we'll take the card on the top of his deck, place that in the active deck, and we will reveal it. So we see here we have 3 specialists and we have 1 crisis card. None of these specialists are geophysical, so they can't prevent it. So we have 1 active geophysical crisis. Polar reversal. Alright, so we will select the geophysical knowledge token, or I'm sorry, crisis token, and we see that it affects industry. So that goes on planet Zorkon, and we go ahead and adjust industry on the Tau Ceti exchange to level 3. Okay, so it's the beginning of the next action phase. I'm going to take all the commodities off the planets, all 4 of the commodities. And those commodities were octo-nanofluid, gold, nanoprocessors, and algae. So we will go ahead and bring those back down on the Tau Ceti exchange, 1 level. Alright, and we'll put these back in the demand pile. Okay, flip them over, shuffle them all around, and we will select 4 more commodity tokens. Okay, and the new commodities in demand during this Cetian cycle are gold, octo-nanofluid, the telepathic generators, and plasma. Alright, so we will adjust those on the Tau Ceti exchange and reflect that demand. Okay, that's the new demand for the Cetian cycle action phase. So now I will go ahead again and begin by taking my set of 4 actions. Okay, my first action is recruit. So I see my cost there is 3 Tau. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. And I will take 1 crisis and 1 specialist card. Alright, let's see what I have here. All right, so, oh, I have a nuclear specialist, a cosmic specialist, and a nuclear crisis. Well, that is interesting because there is a nuclear crisis on planet Atolus. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a cosmic crisis. I do have a cosmic specialist though, but we see I do not have a cosmic knowledge token. So I'm going to take a minor action and trade those two for a cosmic knowledge token. Alright, so I trade that with the Galactic Depot, and now I have a cosmic knowledge token and a cosmic specialist, an astrophysicist. So I'm going to go ahead and take another minor action and resolve that crisis. Okay, so this cosmic crisis token comes off the planet, and technology goes back down one level on the Tau Ceti exchange. Alright, and I get 3 galactic points. Alright, so there's my 3 galactic point token, and I place the specialist card back in the bottom of the specialist deck, and the knowledge token goes in the Galactic Depot. Okay, for my next action, I'm going to do a sell buy, and I see that's 1 energy, but since I am in space, I'm not on a planet, it's going to cost me double energy, okay? So that costs me 2 energy, and I'm going to sell my Octo Nano Fluid. I see I have a quantity of 2, and the market level for nano fluid, which is also logistics, is at 2 right now. So quantity times market level, 2 times 2 is 4. I would earn 4 Tau for that. So this token goes back in the supply pile, and I earn 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that was that. And let's see, what do I want to do next? Well, I can upgrade, I can refuel. I don't need to refuel. Well, I could refuel. My energy is getting pretty low. I think I'm going to refuel, actually. That's a free 2 energy with that, since my energy is getting low. 1, 2. All right. And I will do my last action. I think I'm going to explore again. Okay, that is costly in energy, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so let's see what we have out here. I have another route I can explore in this sector, so let's see what we have there. That is chemical. Okay, so I will select a chemical knowledge card. Okay, so a neon light is emitting from a small hole in a nearby asteroid. You suspect it is tephanyl oxalate, but check its properties to be sure. Use your industry skills to take a sample of the glowing chemical. Okay, industry. What do I have for industry? That is my secondary skill set, so I get to roll 3 dice. Alright, let's see what we got. 1, 2, and a 2. That is not good enough. I need a 5 or a 6. So I'm going to spend 2 Tau and do a reroll as a minor action. Okay, so let's try that again. Alright, 3 dice. Yes, 2 6s and a 4. That's victory. Alright, so I also get the 9 through 16, so I get +1 energy, which is very good. I need that energy right now. And I get the knowledge token. So chemical knowledge, we don't have any chemical crises right now, but we may have one in the near future. So that might come in handy. Alright, once again, my highest priority actions were in column 1, because I have at least 1 token in that column. Let's just say I didn't have the token there. Let's say this token was over here. Then my highest priority column would be 2. Alright, now if I had all of my actions, column 3, then it would obviously be 3. Alright, but in this case, my highest priority column was 1, so we will once again choose column 1 for the AI, and we'll roll 1 dice, 1 die, and we see 4. So column 1, row 4. Row 4 says +1 damage, upgrade, and build, and we also see the little battle symbol next to that, so there might be a battle that occurs. Okay, so first we will roll 1 die to determine which system the damage goes to, and system 1, weapons. And actually that's not a hit. Basically the damage here in the action chart for the AI is basically showing damage that occurs via movement through asteroids or cosmic energy, under the assumption that the AI is moving across the star system. Alright, so next we see upgrade. So we will go ahead and look at the upgrade chart, roll 1 die to determine which system gets upgraded. So let's see, 4. Okay, that is his propulsion. So we see his propulsion right now is a 1, so the next highest would be a 2. So we select the 2 from propulsion. All right, and since there are no 2s in propulsion, we take the next highest, which would be a 3, the solar converter. All right, so he gets that. Damage will go right on top of there. All right, that was the upgrade action, and we see he has a build action. All right, so we refer to here, replace any AI resource cube in any sector with an AI orbital. But the AI does not have any resource cubes, so that build action is canceled. All right, and finally we see the battle icon. So the AI is going to try to initiate a battle with me. Okay, so when the AI initiates a battle, it's automatically going to start out as an orbital defense. The AI is going to try to target any enemy orbitals, or any orbitals that are not his in the star system. Okay, so we're going to choose the highest sector number with orbitals. In this case, there's only one sector with orbitals, and that's the one orbital that I built. Okay, so the AI is going to place his battle token there, and he's going to try to destroy that orbital. So I would need to perform an orbital defense, but since my starship is in this sector, it's going to be a starship battle between me and the AI. Okay, so we can go ahead and place the AI ship there. This will be a starship battle. But let's just say my ship was not in that sector, then this would be an orbital defense, and I would roll my orbital defense as I normally would in a multiplayer game, and that would occur exactly how it would in a regular game. But anyways, this is going to be a starship battle since my starship is there. So first what we're going to do is we're going to assign our shields. Let's see, I have a 1 shield. Oh, that's horrible. So I will go ahead and place my shield marker. Let's see, what do I want to defend? Well, I have a lot of vulnerable systems. I'm going to defend my shields, all right? And the AI, what we're going to do for the AI is we're going to refer to the shields chart right here. Okay, so we see that the AI has 3 shields. That's really good, right? Now let's look at the notes section here. Let's see, Starship Battle. Refer to shields chart. Roll 1 die to determine system which gets shielded. Rows represent AI's shield's power, and columns represent the die result. Okay, so we see we're in row 3, and we're going to roll 1 die to determine which column. 5. Okay, so row 3, column 5, we see it's a 1, 2, and a 6. Okay, so the AI shields systems 1, 2, and 6. All right. So since the AI is initiating the battle, the AI takes the first attack. Now, this is going to go exactly like it would in a multiplayer game against 2 players. The only difference is you need to roll the dice for the AI. So I will go ahead and roll the dice for the AI for the attack. And we see, well, he has weapons of 3, but 1 damage, so that's 2. So he gets to roll 2 dice. 1 and 3. Okay, so that targets my weapons and my computers, which are not shielded. So I will take my counter defense, which I see my computers is 2. So I get to roll 2 dice. I blocked the 3, but I did not block the 1. So I take 1 damage to my weapons, and with that, that system is destroyed. That was fast. Okay, so the AI wins the battle. Alright, so since the AI initiated the battle and won the battle, this is going to be a spoils of war, so the AI is going to get to steal 1 crisis or 1 specialist card from my hand. But first we need to check and make sure that the AI could not potentially resolve a crisis by stealing a card from my hand. So we need to check and see if there's any knowledge tokens. The AI doesn't have any knowledge tokens, but let's just say the AI had a geophysical knowledge token in this case. And we know there's a geophysical crisis on Zorkon, so in this case the AI would actually look at my hand and would steal. I would actually look at my hand and make sure there's no geophysical specialist. If there was, then the AI would take that card and resolve the crisis. But obviously there's not, so what we're going to do is we're just going to shuffle my deck. I only have 2 cards, so we'll shuffle them anyway. And the AI takes 1 card from the top. and that's the spoils of war. All right, so AI gets a nuclear specialist. All right, so that was a battle between me and the AI, and that also concludes the action phase. Now you'll notice here there's 2 damage on the AI's interface, and also at the bottom of each column it says if greater than 1 damage, do a particular action. All right, so on the next action phase, the AI, whatever column gets chosen here, it's automatically going to take that bottom row there. So let's say column 2 gets chosen on the next action phase, then obviously we will need to repair both of those damage because it's greater than 1 and pay the cost, and then the AI would take an IM in a planetary mission and a build action. All right, so I just wanted to run that by you guys so you know what that is. All right, so I went ahead and skipped 6 rounds or Cetian Cycles. I actually played through all those, but for the sake of this video not being too long, we're going to go ahead and jump to the end of the game. That way I can show you how we add up points. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add up my points first. And you see my galactic point tokens. I have a 3, 3, and a 1. That's 7. My Tau is 2. That's 9. I don't get any points for materials or energy. All right, let's look at my cards. I see that I get a point for each card with a dot on the bottom of it. Okay, so crisis and specialist cards. I have 2 cards with a dot, so that's 2 points. So that's 11 points right there. And now let's look at the star system. Let's see what I have out here. I have 3 orbitals built. I have 2 in this sector, so that's 4 points. That's 15. I have another one out here. That's 2. That's 17. And I have 3 cubes on my planet. So 1 point per cube. That is 20 points for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and add up the AI's points now. And one thing I didn't mention is at the end of the game, the solo game, what you want to do first is go ahead and add your token, your knowledge tokens for both you and the AI to your Tau. So every knowledge token is going to be worth 5 Tau. So I already did that. So the Tau's been added. So we'll go ahead and look here. The AI has a 3 galactic point token. We see its Tau is at 3, that's 6. And its materials gets 2 points for that, so that's 8. And the AI gets 2 points for every crisis and specialist card. It doesn't matter if there's a dot on it or not. Okay, so that's an AI specific rule. So that's a total of 6 points right there. 6 to 8 is 14. And we'll go ahead and look at the star system. You see that the AI has 4 orbitals built. So this sector is worth 2 points each, so that's a total of 4. Okay, so that's 20 points. The sector is worth 3, that's 23 points. And the sector is worth 1 per orbital, that's 24 points. And there are 4 resource cubes on the AI's planet, so that's 4 more points there, and that's a total of 28 points for the AI. Okay, so it's 28 to 20. The AI wins the game. Okay, so that was a solo variant game between 1 player and an AI, but you can actually play against multiple AIs, and you can actually play a multiplayer game against 1 or more AIs as well. So basically how that would work is, let's just say we're playing a 3-player game and we want to play against an AI. So basically what would happen is all the players would take their actions first during the action phase, and then the AI would take its actions after all 3 players at the end of the action phase. All right, so what would happen is the AI is only going to react to 1 player, one of those players per each action phase. All right, so basically the player with the highest energy, the AI is going to react to during that action phase. So let's say player A, B, and C. Let's say player B had the highest energy of all 3 players at the end of the action phase. The AI would react to player B. All right, so that's how that would work. And of course, every action phase could be different. You know, players are going to have different amounts of energy at the end of each Cetian cycle. All right, now as far as battle, the AI would actually initiate a battle with the player with the most orbitals. Okay, so whoever has the most orbitals in the sector, the AI would initiate a battle with. All right, now let's just say all players have the same amount of orbitals. Let's say you're just playing a 2-player game and both players have 2 orbitals. In that case, the player with the lowest amount of energy, the AI would initiate the battle with. Alright, so that's how that would work. And finally, in another scenario, let's say you're playing a multiplayer game against more than one AI. So let's say you're having a 3-player game against 2 AIs. Well, how do you decide which AI goes first at the end of the action phase? Well, basically how this is going to work, and we don't have it in the solo rules yet, but in the next update these will be posted in the solo rules. Basically the AI whose planet is closest to the star, alright, is going to go first. So we will actually have a chart or a diagram in the solar rules, and it will show actually the planets in their distance from the star. So like in our solar system, Earth would be the 3rd planet from the sun. So let's say we were playing against the Martians, well then the Terrans would go first since Earth is closer to the sun than Mars. So that's how that would work. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of variability. You can play one game, you can play one player against one AI, you can play multiple players against one or more AIs. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and please let me know if you have any questions at all. I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks so much for watching.